Hello, welcome to the Owatonna Today Show. We are your community connection. I am your host, Francy Hall. We've got coming up for you today, we're learning about the new charter school in town. It is called Choice Technical Academy, and we're also going to be visiting with the Heritage Quilters. But before we get to that show, we would really like to thank our sponsors. They are the people who support us and by extension support our community. We want to thank them. Our premier sponsors are the City of Owatonna, Express Employment Professionals, and Owatonna Public Utilities. Thank you. Our primary sponsors are Amy Swain Hearing Centers, Brookdale Senior Living Solutions, Little Theater of Owatonna, and the Owatonna Foundation. Our interlude sponsors are Abraham Consulting Technologies, Bremer Bank, Brenda Bednar Mortgage Office, say that 3 times fast, Glenn Mager and Michael Mager of the Brick Mager Funeral Home and the Medford Funeral Home, Carlson Brandstad and Company, CPAs, ERA Gillespie Real Estate, Fairview Animal Medical Center, Horizon Eye Care, Clancher and Sons Landscaping and Concrete, Owatonna Business Incubator, Steele County Historical Society, Steele County Transitional Housing, the Third Hand Video Productions, and TPS Insurance. We hope that you will support these fine Owatonna businesses and individuals and organizations that support the Owatonna Today Show. Please say thanks to them when you see them out and about. This show is able to continue because of their support. Please stay with us. After a word from our sponsors, we will be right back with the Charter Choice Technical Academy.
Hi, I'm Jody Jewison with the staff at Fairview Animal Medical Center, your other family doctor. Fairview Animal Medical Center is a proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hi, I'm Rick Smith, Golf Course Superintendent of the Brooktree Golf Course. Brooktree is an 18-hole championship golf course featuring well-manicured greens, tees, and fairways. We are open to the public. I challenge you to find a better maintained golf course for the money we charge here at Brooktree. Come on out and play Brooktree, a great golf course.
Hello, I'm David Einhaus with the Owatonna Foundation. Thank you to all of our donors who have helped make Owatonna a better place to live. Will you join us today with a financial gift? Owatonna Foundation is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hello, we have been joined by Christy Tryhus and Sara Baird with the Choice Technical Academy. Is that right?
That is correct.
That is right. And so we'd like to know a little bit about you. Would you please go ahead and tell us a little bit about you, Christy, and then also you, Sara?
Well, I'm Christy Tryhus, as you mentioned, and I have been involved with the charter school for probably since about September, and we've been working hard to get things to fruition. The charter school is for grades 7 through 12, and it focuses on that hands-on project-based learning. The reason I got involved with it is because I am very passionate about how people learn, and this provides a unique opportunity for kids to learn by doing and to really excel in their areas of strength.
All right.
So, and I have a training background, and I do some teaching at the college level, so I just love fostering success in people.
Sure, and helping people learn.
Right.
Wonderful. And Sara, welcome.
I'm Sara Baird. I just got involved about 2 weeks ago with the school, just kind of getting in and getting busy, getting things set up. I have been teaching for about 5 years, and 2 of them were at a charter school in northern Minnesota where we did hands-on project-based learning.
All right, and so you are the primary, the lead teacher?
Right, I'm the lead teacher at the school. That doesn't mean I'm in charge of everything. It means that I'm in charge of coordinating to make sure that as we bring in the other teachers, we're all setting up our systems of accountability and working together to ensure the best environment for the students.
Okay, great. And so we'll talk about the environment for the students too, by the way. Where is the school?
We are leasing space on Pillsbury campus in the Pillsbury building, which is kind of on the southwest corner of this, and we will be having a large percentage of the first floor. That real large space will have all the student desks, and actually the first project that the kids work on is building their own desks. They have kind of like a work environment. It's kind of like they have their office desk with their own little chair and their own laptop and things like that.
No, and so is this a kit that they build, or how are they going to be building their desks?
Well, we have a pattern that our other school that started last fall used. And so it starts with plywood and various assorted materials, and we just have a get together and start the building process.
That's amazing.
But it's all learning by doing. So
that is learning. But by the way, you cannot sit down until you build your
exactly.
Right.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
So yeah.
Wow. So tell us a little bit about the history of how this got started, and what is Choice Technical Academy?
Okay. Well, Choice Technical Academy, there was identified a shortage of skilled workers in southern Minnesota through various and assorted studies that the Chamber did and other people in southern Minnesota. And so Technical Academies of Minnesota was formed, and that's actually our school district. And out of that school district, we have the approval to open 4 charter schools that are technical academies. And the first one opened in Wilmer last fall, and they had a very successful year, 120 students most of the year. And then the second one will be opening in Owatonna this fall, and then the next 2 will be opening next fall in other southern Minnesota areas.
In southern Minnesota, okay. And this is a regional school, you said? What does that mean?
It's a regional school, which means that not only kids from Owatonna can attend, but we've got kids signed up from Blooming Prairie, from Medford, Faribault, Waseca, Albert Lee. So it's open enrollment, so you can enroll your kids. And we've got probably 40% of our students are from other towns.
So as long as they're willing to travel here.
Right.
Okay. And what is the cost for this?
It is free. It is a public tuition-free school.
Wow. So this is a public school.
It's a public school.
So it's funded by our local, by what?
You could probably answer that better than I can.
It's the same way any other public school is funded, through per student. So the state and the local community pays taxes for the schools, and that's where the money comes from.
Per student funds.
Yep.
Okay. How many students can be enrolled? Like, what's your maximum number?
Our maximum capacity is 150 students based upon the space that we have available to us right now. This year, starting out, we're kind of looking towards that 90 to 100 students that we want to have enrolled. So.
All right. And so you're going to want to enroll probably after I've been talking with these ladies, and there's a lot of really exciting stuff that's going to be going on, including building their own desks to start with. But so if people want to learn more about it,
Well, you go ahead.
Who do they call?
They can call me it's 507-400-4009.
Okay. So call Sara Baird.
Call Sara Baird.
Okay.
Yes.
And it's free. And
Yes.
what's the enrollment process? Same as any other school, right? So
Right.
shots and whatever records that they need to have, all of the. Okay.
Yep, all of that. So we'll have a packet that they can just fill out, and we'll take care of getting records from other schools and getting all of that taken care of.
Now, is the student day the same time frame as other schools?
Because of the busing, it makes it just
Okay.
easier to have our school day at the same time.
So it's using the same Owatonna school buses?
Right, through the Owatonna Bus Company. For Owatonna kids, we're working with the Owatonna Bus Company to get that arranged. And we'll have a contract with them just like the Owatonna Public Schools does.
Sure, okay, all right. And for the kids who are coming from other places, it's up to their
Yes.
families to get them there, unless
yeah.
they're a child
Right.
who drives, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That, or if, for example, we have 10 families that sign up in Waseca, and between them they have 15, 20 kids, then we explore the options.
Sure, okay.
Because I know in our Wilmer school, the kids come within a 60-mile radius, and they have busing that picks up a large
Okay.
percentage of those kids.
So possibly an option for the future when,
Right,
depending upon how many students,
Right.
critical mass of students
Yes.
from different locations.
Right.
So tell us about, first of all, what are the grades again? Is it
7 through 12.
7 through 12? And what are the kids, are they going to be learning? It's a public school. Are they going to be learning? What are they learning?
They're learning pretty much what any other student would learn, except for we really put the ownership of the education on the students. So the students are going to create a personal learning plan that's going to include the same subjects as they would learn in another school, but they're also going to bring in their personal interests, and they're going to learn those subjects through their personal interest. We have a student management program that actually takes the Minnesota state standards, and it puts it right into the students' hands. So they go through and they check off, or we'll work with them to check off what they completed.
So there's a list of the here's all the things you're supposed to learn.
Right.
by the time you graduate. So if a student doesn't like, say, English, and they're at a technical academy, how are they going to get that English into their...
It's going to be integrated into every topic. Students are writing constantly. They need to write to propose their project, to even say, I want to do this. They need to write reflections when they're done, and then just we'll bring it into any part of their project that's possible.
What are some of, do you have examples of this kind of integrated learning model?
Well, one of the examples I like to share, and since you just brought up, what if they don't like this? This is a perfect example. One of the stories I heard is there was in 10th grade, you have to learn the periodic table of chemistry, and the student did not like that. But he really liked the game Minecraft. And so what he did is and I have no idea because I'm not technical that way, he took the Minecraft game and laid it over the top of the periodic table and learned the periodic table by playing Minecraft.
What? Okay, so
yeah.
I'm trying to envision that, but since I can't even imagine. But apparently, that worked for him.
Exactly, and kids are so creative. I mean, at the school in Wilmer in January when there was a blizzard, they had to cancel school, and the kids came back the next day and complained because they liked school so much that they're like, "We wanted to be here yesterday. Why'd you cancel school?"
I didn't want a snow day. I wanted to be at school. That is quite a testimony.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any examples yourself, Sara?
One thing that I did with students was we wanted to set up some student government. So I took a group of students and I led them through the project process. And we decided we needed to study the Minnesota Constitution and the U.S. Constitution. And we also found a couple other schools that did the same thing. And so we studied those as well as called those schools, interviewed them. We came together and wrote our school constitution, which we actually brought to the rest of the school and got consensus on agreement that this was it.
Oh, so they voted on this?
Yep.
Okay.
They all voted on it, and the whole school agreed to follow it, and then that set up our student government that we followed for the rest of the year.
So if I'm learning government by studying government and creating our own government.
Right.
Oh my goodness. Now, what's the technical piece of this? What does Choice Technical Academies mean?
So Choice is actually the students named the school. We had a student fun event in January and we just brainstormed all these ideas and they came up with Choice. And then since it's an acronym, they voted on how, so they went with careers, hands-on, opportunity, individualized, cooperative, and experimental. And it just really represents what's going to happen at the school.
Now, it's a technical academy. What are there partnerships in the community that you're working with to address, like you discussed, the needs for technical stuff in southern Minnesota?
There's a lot of the companies in town that are excited about partnering with us. I know Wenger and Cybex and Biocon, they've all reached out to say, we can't wait to work with your students. So we're really excited for those collaborations.
So students will be working with some of these companies as well. Amazing stuff. So tell me, just real quick before we go, let folks know one more time, please, the viewers, how can they enroll their kids here, or if they have questions, who do they contact?
They can call me at 507-400-4009, and I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Okay, and I see a website, www.technicalacademies.org/Owatonna. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to have you back for an update on how things are going. Maybe bring some students in.
Definitely. Well, we'd love to invite you to the school too.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Great. Thank you so much for joining us for this segment, and do stay with us because we are going to see some beautiful quilts from the Heritage Quilters coming up after a word from our sponsors.
Hi, my name is Dave Efforts with TPS Insurance. We're here to handle all your insurance needs. We are a very proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
I didn't just want another job, I wanted a career, so I expressed myself.
I was new to town and I didn't know where to turn for a job, so I decided to express myself.
I decided to express myself, and they helped find the right career for me.
Express Employment Professionals is in contact with thousands of companies in need of quality employees. Come in now and get the job you deserve.
Express yourself today.
Hi, this is Doug Johnson at the Owatonna Business Incubator, a proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show. We'd like to welcome you to the incubator. If you're a small business, whether you're existing or a startup, We can help you with office space, manufacturing or warehouse, and free confidential counseling.
Welcome back. We are joined now by Linda Jewison and Mary Dallmann from the Heritage Quilters, as you can tell by these lovely quilts that we have on display. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you for bringing these works of art. I would like to keep one. But so, for folks who don't know you, would you go ahead and just tell us who you are and what your association is with the Heritage Quilters?
I'm Mary Dallmann, and I'm the chairman for the Heritage Quilt Guild. Basically, we're a group of quilters with a wide range of experience, both new quilters and experienced quilters. And we get together the second Thursday of every night, or of every month at St. Joseph Church in Owatonna at 7 o'clock. We would welcome anyone who is interested in quilting to join us. We do in our programs or in our meetings, we do programs to teach techniques about quilting. We also have a little social time, and we show projects that we're working on and ask for advice if we need it on how to fix any problems that we might have.
Oh, there's no errors in a quilt, right?
Yeah, no. There never are. There never are. We also do a lot of charity projects. We've done some pillowcases for Hospitality House. We've done some bags for Culture Fest. We've made mittens for the social services programs here in town. We've also made quilts for Habitat for Humanity homes.
Great. A lot of things.
Yeah, we've done a lot of things over the years.
And I'm Linda Jewison, and I'm one of the co-program chairmen for this year. And I'm here to tell people about our auction that's coming up, and our trunk show, and our workshop, which happens in September, on September 18th and 19th. On the 18th, we will have an auction, and it's a silent auction where we have everything from homemade bread to small quilts to donations from our guild members, and we auction it off. This auction is open to the public. There is a nominal charge of $3. We then also that evening, Friday evening, we'll have a program that's presented by one of our local members, Liz Bellina. She is going to be doing a program called Quilts with a Story, and it's basic. We call it a trunk show. She basically brings in, like Mary said, a trunk of quilts that she has made, and she has made hundreds, and I'm not exaggerating. And everyone is more beautiful and has a story with it. And she'll tell us about that. And that night we will have door prizes, we will have raffles, we'll have treats. And then the next day we will actually be teaching, Liz Bellina and I will be teaching these two quilts that you see.
Oh, okay. So I could learn how to make this. So I could have one, I just need to make it.
Yes, and the very center, what we call the medallion of the quilt, is very simple to make. We will be teaching you how to do that, and you will probably finish the center of the quilt.
Geez, that in one sitting?
Yes, well, not in one sitting.
But
one day,
yes.
From 9 o'clock to 4 o'clock, basically.
Oh, wow, okay.
And the center of both quilts is the same. This quilt is a little bit more difficult because it has what we call a pieced border, and this is called the posy quilt. And the posy quilt has posies all the way around the center medallion. Liz made this, and she quilted it. I went for a simpler version. I made this quilt, and I used the drop-off, what we call drop-off, from where I cut these triangles, and I used those drop-offs, and I did a partial colored border. It's much simpler, it's much faster, but it's also much smaller. And then the center, I chose to use buttons. Liz made covered centers for her flowers.
Yeah, they're just cushiony. Right. And the back of these quilts are even pretty. I know that's not the important part, but I was impressed that they're really very pretty on the back too.
Yes, our quilts are many times we use the leftover fabric to make the back, because you very seldom use the back, and you have this extra material. So
we'll get the word out again because this event is coming up. It is on September
18th for the auction and the workshop, and that's $3. It's at both events are at the Associated Church here in Owatonna.
And what time is it on the 18th again?
It is the auction starts at 6 o'clock. You will be out of there by 9 o'clock, having enjoyed a nice program.
Great.
The next day, it's a sign-up workshop. You can call me. My number is 507-451-1746. I'll help you get signed up. I can tell you all about what you will need for this to make this quilt. And we really encourage beginning quilters because it's a very simple medallion to make. It's very simple. You're just basically working with 4 pieces of fabric.
And we have a lot of ladies that are would love to help you learn how to make these projects.
Share this real fun, the joy of doing it, and it's something that's been going on for so long. What is the history behind quilt making? I mean, clearly, obviously, we need blankets to stay warm, but
Well, probably started with grandmothers and before, and they were basically what we would call comforters now that were not actually quilted where, like on Liz's quilt, you can see that she used her machine to actually quilt the 3 layers together. They used to tie them, and it goes way back to using feed sacks and recycling thread that came out of the feed sacks. Now we have so many nice fabrics and colors and thread to work with.
I did not know that though. I mean, of course, back in the day, you use what you have, and if you've got all this feed sacks and there was thread in them, pretty coarse, I would imagine.
Yes.
But
it took the place of what we would use for yarn probably now to tie a quilt. They used the thread from the feed sacks. So
now you mentioned the 3 layers. Is that what makes it a quilt?
yes, there is a back layer, the back. There is batting in between. Batting used to be maybe an old quilt that they would put in between, or a flannel sheet. Now and then, the fun part for me is doing the piecing on the top. But if that's all you want to do, and that's what I choose to do, except on a small quilt like this, on a larger quilt, I send it out to a long arm quilter, and we have some wonderful long arm quilters here in Owatonna. And
What's a long arm quilter?
It's probably a machine that's 12 to 14 feet long that they put a whole quilt on and they stretch and hold it tight, and then they have the machine. They can actually move the machine, and they're artists.
Oh.
They do just beautiful work.
So you would do the piece you want, and then you would take it somewhere else to have them put the 3 layers together.
Create the sandwich, right?
It's a sandwich.
Sure.
I never knew that a quilt was a sandwich, but that makes perfect sense to me. So, and I can use something other than batting. It's just, like my husband's old T-shirts that we don't want to use, or who knows, right?
People make T-shirt quilts, and they make from maybe their dad, if he passes away, they cut up his flannel shirts and they make a quilt. So you don't have to use the really nice quilting fabrics. You can use things that mean something to you.
Today, this day and age, the upcycling trend, have you heard about that? I mean, just taking things that would otherwise you maybe discard or not know what to do with and turning them into something else. So recycling and upcycling is a really big trend. I would imagine hopefully people will start
This is my attempt at that.
Sure.
Normally these little pieces would be just thrown away. I just couldn't throw them away. I mean, they're tiny, but I had to use them.
Don't waste them, and they're beautiful. Wow. And so tell me a little bit about your experience with the quilting. I mean, you've been at this for a while, I take it. Tell me a little
Actually, I have only been quilting for about 6 or 7 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you do this one?
No.
No, that wasn't you, that was someone else.
No, but I certainly could do this.
You could?
Yes, no problem.
Wow.
And if I have anything to say about it, she will be doing
She will.
this.
Actually,
Yes.
I've already signed up. I'll be there.
Right. Okay.
Liz and,
For the
I will,
19th.
Liz and I will be walking around the workshop, and all we'll be doing that day is helping people make their quilts, because we've made ours. And so we'll be
Wow.
helping them. And it's simple. We encourage anyone, if you even just like to sew, we will help you
What
make
if you
a simple
don't
one.
sew?
Well, we'll help you with that also.
Sure, why
I
not?
can pin it all in place.
Yeah.
And then learn to sew. I really was.
Yep.
Everybody
And
should learn
the
to
Quilt
sew.
Guild has been in the community for a long time. We'll actually be celebrating our 20th anniversary next year. We're kind of planning a afternoon tea and quilt show in June. So that's something that's coming up. That's exciting for us too.
We'll probably be on Owatonna Today then.
Let us know and we'll have you on. Yeah, definitely. Well, it's been a pleasure having you on today. We really appreciate you being here. And don't forget, folks, on the 18th and 19th of September, for more information, the phone number's on the screen. Find out more about the Heritage Quilters and their upcoming events. Meantime, stay with us and we'll be right back with our community announcements.
Hi, Warren Abraham, Abraham Consulting Technologies, your one-stop technology shop. We support the Owatonna Today Show.
Owatonna Public Utilities, real people, real reliable, real progress. Making life a little easier day after day, taking pride in our community, listening to what you say, a voice you can talk to. We're growing with you. Owatonna Public Utilities.
Hello, we are back with your community announcements. We just had on the show Choice Technical Academy. We want to remind you that they are enrolling students for the fall. Starting on September 8th is when school will start, and so you can contact them at 507-400-4009. Also coming up August 8th, that is this Saturday, Take a Kid Fishing at Cabela's. It's a summer bash that Cabela's is having free kids fishing outdoor demos, minnow races, tons of prizes. Contact Mark at 612-968-9192. And I think this benefits Youth First. Steele County Free Fair is coming up August 18th through 23rd. Don't forget, you want to check out the new Crazy Maze that's going on there. They really want to let you know about that. It's happening near the petting zoo and the racetrack, so have fun getting lost in the Crazy Maze. Riverbend Nature Center is looking for support, donations for their Kids in Nature campaign. If you would like to help kids learn about environmental and outdoor education programs from Riverbend, you can donate money to Riverbend Nature Center at rbnc.org/donate. Also coming up, just so you know, every Wednesday from 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Steele County offices, there are certified navigators to help you understand the MNsure program. That's the health care available to you from the state of Minnesota. If you have questions, go there, and you can also give them a call at 651-645-0215 or email them at info@healthaccess.mn. Thank you so very much for joining us. We hope that you will join us next week. Certainly we'll have our update from the police chief, and we've got several other guests. Please join us next week for that great show.